whenever I have a conversation, say, with a group of parents or students, one of the things that we talk about is, one, you want to make sure you have a world-class education while you're here, and then two, we also want to make sure that you get off the parents' payroll and onto the company's payroll. The parents usually really appreciate that. But that's not just it, and that is a large part. I mean, when you think career services, that's, I think, probably the automatic assumption that you go to. But if I were to narrow it down in a different word, it would be relationships. Because we recognize that not only is it about the career search, about someone's future plans, but it's also about building those relationships with recent alumni, welcoming them back to campus with open arms. I can't tell you how many times we'll get recent alums coming back who were on the recruiting team. They're like, they asked me to come, how can I pass it up? I jumped right on it. And so they really look forward to that. Building relationships, again, with those alumni who maybe are in an organization that doesn't recruit here as much. We have found great success with those grassroots efforts by our alumni going, gosh, I really wish, we need some more Penn Staters. I mean, we're passionate, right? And so they really get the ball rolling, and those have turned into some amazing corporate relationships. That again, if we're looking at it from a corporate and foundation perspective, also turn in potentially into additional supportive relationships, whether it's supporting research, supporting student scholarships, supporting unpaid internships, or perhaps international opportunities, which again, our recruiters love to see our students having. So that's probably in a nutshell the word that I would go with. So we're looking at building the brand for companies as well, not just from a recruiting perspective, but perhaps a research perspective. The recruitment, preferred academic partnerships, some wonderful relationships, deep relationships, and more we're seeing companies who are, and I think this was mentioned, I'm going to call you out, Steve, I think you might have mentioned actually, that there are companies who are drilling down versus going wide with their recruiting and their research and their partnerships. So making sure that we're providing that value so that the corporations and the alumni see why they're here drilling down into the university. And then just again, helping to navigate, like I mentioned before, helping to make sure that the right people in the right hands and the right conversations are happening. We're, I feel, in a very good position in career services to be able to have those conversations and to be able to make those connections and really serve as a concierge for our partners across the university, both inside and outside.
I would also suggest when corporations come in here, beside the the tour, the great facilities, everything else that's done, introduce them to some of the students. Because, I mean, when we brought folks in, was it the Sapphire students in visit? We had folks that left there saying, oh my God, those kids are amazing. And they sell the university, they sell the corporation on this place. And corporations want to begin building relationships with these students, not as juniors and seniors, but now as freshmen and sophomores, because they want to, it's very expensive for a corporation to recruit, whether it's one school or 10 schools. But then, the actual recruitment decision is very important as well. So if they get to know students as freshmen and sophomores, then they turn it into internships, and then that may become, a permanent hire at the end of their junior year as they start their senior year. Corporations are looking to build that relationship, and as they build it, you're going to get greater affinity for other things that you want to do with the corporation across the university. But the students are very, very powerful. So anyway, just a suggestion.
No, absolutely right. We do definitely see oftentimes a corporation will come in, will have an engagement opportunity with a student group, especially if they've said, okay, these are some of our goals, and sometimes we don't have to say much after that. The students, you're right, they absolutely saw the university.
I'm always trying to come up with creative ideas of trying to engage our underclass students as freshmen, and you just got me thinking of one there that I think would be fantastic to do. So you've never heard of Siemens? Well, come out and meet them tonight. That may be a great way to introduce them to opportunities on that level to our students as an exploratory opportunity. Another question over here? Yeah.
Well, along this notion of companies and the trends going to drilling down and focusing more on recruiting from fewer schools. I heard in the opening panel this morning, Bob talk about providing equity and equal opportunity to students from every campus at Penn State. I myself am at Penn State Harrisburg, and when I go to our job fair, I see a lot of local companies recruiting global talent. We have some amazingly talented students on our campus in PhD programs and on down. And so when I think of that, I think there's some obvious. The great thing is we have the video conferencing available, right? But that to me doesn't seem very equitable. I'm a University Park student. I have the advantage, number one, of being at the marquee brand name campus, right? And so I go in and I'm able to interact and do a handshake, and I'm a millennial or later trying to shake this notion that I conduct all my business electronically and I don't know how to have a handshake and look somebody in the eye. And yet my opportunity to interview with a global company is going to be on a screen. And so I would ask the question of how do we make it more equitable and perhaps take some of these global companies who recruit so heavily at University Park, and I know that many of our students make a pilgrimage to State College to participate, but boy, wouldn't it be great if there was some sent downstream so that those corporate recruiters could get a sense of the second largest Penn State campus at Penn State Harrisburg and all throughout the Commonwealth campus system.
Yeah, I'll touch on that first. I'm a product of the Commonwealth campus system. Back then it was Ogons. Now I have to be so I sense that I can empathize with that, certainly. Knowing that, one of the things we do is we invite students from other campuses to our communication-specific job fairs. Okay, so yes, it is a trek. We're well aware of that, but we want to invite them. They're part of the Penn State community, and we want them.
It's not that much of a trek,
depending
on where you are.
Right, depending some it is.
Yeah,
some it
for
is.
sure.
So for you, it's an hour and a half. Some
Right.
are 3-4 hours.
Right.
But that's our best attempt, and I can tell you that because it's so difficult for us to get recruiters to come to our communication-specific job fairs, we make them free to recruiters. Yeah, free. I know that stuns a lot of people, but that's how we have to get that small TV station from Erie to come out. They're not going to do it. That small PR firm from Harrisburg. So that is our one invitation that I guess I would say from our perspective, that we welcome you to, and I'd be happy to give you all of our information.
I think one piece there too is some campuses do have organized busing of
They do.
student favors, and that helps out well. It provides them, the career representative from the Commonwealth campus is there, supporting and coaching them along the process, and has a strong investment in them attending. So that's something that does commonly occur. I believe there are some regional career fairs where we do see a bit of that, but that doesn't necessarily solve the equation, because they might need to bus to University Park, they might need to go to another region of the state to connect with those events. More employers are moving to virtual sessions, so it is one that the trend of the industry is doing that. But I think I think that you've identified nothing beats that face-to-face communication where our students can demonstrate their pitch and their strong interviewing skills. And so that's one of, as we speak with employers, as we have our representatives from, whether it's in career services or at the college level, we're encouraging them to recruit across the system. So they're hearing that from us on a constant basis. I think it's one of it, we're cultivating that now. It's going to take some time to mature in terms of, reaching home for them to realize the strong talent here at University Park, the strong talent at Harrisburg, the strong talent at Berks and other places. But it's one of, that ball is moving, the momentum is there, but it's going to take more than just one cycle to see the fruits of that kind of initiative.
As a fundraiser, it's amazing the power of the ROI on if you can feed human capital these businesses, it makes fundraising a hell of a lot easier.
And it really, interject, And Matt's right, you know, it's gonna take a few cycles, but especially over the last several years, in career services, we've really seen concerted effort. As Bob had mentioned, we have Leroy Dearest, who focuses on campuses, and yes, this doesn't solve, you know, the question about the face-to-face interviews, but knowing that we do recognize that, I mean, absolutely, there are one campus. And so we do have those conversations with companies. We also have individuals within the colleges alone. For instance, we have a career coach whose primary focus is on campuses. So she travels to the campuses to work with their career offices and to work with their students directly. We have the busing trips where we bring students to campus. And so it's gonna take a little time, but it's something that is absolutely important, and we have been also having those conversations like that, so we've been working on that, so.
I would encourage you to think about it like we heard in the other session, from the outside looking in. And here's the reason why large multinational employers probably won't go to Commonwealth campuses. If they come to University Park and they have 20 positions to fill, they can find enough kids here to fill those 20 positions. If you start chasing them to Commonwealth campuses, it would be just as easy for them to go to another university where they've got a pool of 5,000. So you got to be very, very careful. I would encourage, and this is an observation, I've been involved here and at the campuses for a long time. The observation would be you've got a tiered approach, which I think is advantageous. So if you're at Harrisburg or Berks or wherever it is, and you've got a pool of local employers who know the talent that comes out of Penn State and the local campuses, leverage and give those local employers the opportunity to be prime or supreme for that pool of talent locally. And some of the kids will want to stay in that, you know, local geography. For those that are looking for the multinationals, get them up here so that they can be part of the larger pool that these companies are going to pull from.